Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 13 of the 2-week yoga challenge. Today's class is another Vinyasa class, but we're going to be moving super mindfully and slowly with the breath. So as usual, just taking care of your body. If you have any aches or pains or any injuries, being especially careful. Putting on something comfortable and let's go. Beginning your practice today in a comfortable seat, sitting either cross-legged or on your knees. And starting to feel yourself grounded into the earth. With your next inhale, starting to draw the breath to your belly. As you exhale, perhaps exhaling out through the mouth. Starting to draw the inhale in with 4 counts. And exhale with 4 counts. Continue to breathe, inhaling for 4 counts. And exhaling for 4 counts. Continuing to send the breath to the belly. As you begin to feel yourself completely present, completely grounded, completely calm. Calling to mind an intention for your practice. Gently drawing your hands together at heart center as you feel that intention rise to your chest. Breathing into this heart space. And with your next inhale, reach your arms up high over your head. And exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Repeating this 4 more times. Inhaling, reaching your arms up. And exhaling, drawing your hands to heart center. If you can, keeping the count of 4. Inhaling for 4 counts as you reach your hands up over your head, and exhaling for 4 counts as you bring them back down to heart center. Continuing like this, inhaling, reaching up, exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up the hands. Exhale, draw them back to heart center. Release your hands. Inhale, reach up your arms. And exhale, take your hands over to the left side. Dropping your left hand down on the mat. Take an inhale, reach up the arms. And exhale, coming over to the right. Reaching up the arms. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale over to the left, 2 more times. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, reach back to the center. And exhale over to the left. Take an inhale, reach up the arms. And exhale, come over to the right side. Inhale back to the center, and as you exhale, take a twist, taking opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale back to the center, and exhale, coming to the other side, opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale Inhale back to the center, reach the hands up. And exhale, opposite hand to opposite knee. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up the arms and exhale, twist. Resting the hands on the thighs, just rolling out the shoulders. Taking a deep inhale, and as you exhale, start to roll the neck. Keeping the eyes closed. And gently bringing the hands together at heart center. Coming onto all fours, removing the pillow from underneath you. Coming into cat-cows, inhale, look up, arch the back. And exhale, tuck the chin, look towards the belly button, roll the spine. Inhale, look up, arch the back, send the tailbone high. Exhale, roll the spine, look towards the belly button. Inhale, arch the back, look up. And exhale, roll the spine, look towards the belly button. Inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, roll the spine, look towards the belly button. A few more breaths. Inhale, look towards the sky. And exhale, gently roll the spine and look towards the belly button. Reaching up with the right arm and tucking the right arm underneath the left armpit. Coming into a twist. Your next inhale, reach back up. And as you exhale, tuck the arm underneath the armpit. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, tuck the arm, lay down on the shoulder. Inhale, reach. And exhale, tuck. Inhale back to the center and come onto the other side. Inhale, reach up with the left hand and exhale, roll underneath the right. Keep moving like this, inhaling, reaching up, looking up, and exhale, rolling into a twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, roll. Just moving with your own breath. Continuing to breathe. If you can, inhaling for 4 counts. Exhaling for 4 counts. Planting the hands, tucking the toes, and sending the hips back into a downward facing dog. Staying here in downward facing dog for a few breaths. Breathing deeply through the nose only. And with your next inhale, rolling onto your wrists, bending your knees, coming into tabletop. As you exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, roll onto the wrists, bend the knees, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips back, downward facing dog. A few more times. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhaling to tabletop. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Staying in downward facing dog now. Bending the knees, looking forwards. And stepping to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up with the arms. And exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up, hands together. Exhale, fold through heart center. Bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands and step the right foot back. And then step the left foot back, coming into plank. Exhaling through Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling, rolling over the toes. Downward facing dog. Bending the knees. Looking forwards. And stepping or jumping to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands together at heart center. Arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold through heart center. This time keep the knees straight. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands. This time step the left foot back. Join the right foot, come into plank. And exhale, come through Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling, rolling over the toes. Downward facing dog. Bending the knees, looking forwards. And stepping or jumping to the front of the mat. Inhale, take a halfway lift, straight legs. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Hands together at heart center. Arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up. And come into chair pose, sinking into a chair, bending the knees. Exhale, fold through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and jump back into plank. Coming through Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, looking forwards. Jumping to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straight legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands together at heart center. Arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, sit back into a chair. And join your hands together at heart center. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, coming through Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Reaching up the right leg, bending the knee and stepping into a high lunge. Turning the back foot out, coming into warrior one. Inhaling here. Making sure that the right knee is directly over the right ankle. Keep breathing. Take an inhale, straighten the legs, and as you exhale, bend into a warrior two, arms at shoulder height. Again, checking that the right knee is directly over the right ankle. And dropping the right hand onto the ground, reaching up the left, taking a beautiful side stretch here. If this is too much for you, you can just place your elbow on your knee. And if it feels okay for your neck, perhaps looking up to the raised hand. Keeping the back leg straight, inhale, coming back to warrior two. And as you exhale, coming into a reversed warrior. Again, if it feels okay for your neck, keeping it lifted, or you can turn it facing down. Keep breathing. Your next inhale, coming back to warrior two. Straightening the legs, flipping the palms, and taking the body over to Trikonasana. Trying to keep a straight line alongside the back side of the body. Right arm to right ankle or to shin, depending on your flexibility. And again, if it feels okay for your neck, keeping the neck lifted. Take an inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, wind with the arms, frame the front foot, coming through plank. Exhale. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes. And come into downward facing dog, left side. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, step the left foot through the hands. Plant the back foot, warrior one. This time making sure that the left knee is directly on top of the left ankle. Keep breathing. And as you exhale, come into a warrior two. Perhaps sinking a little bit deeper in the hips. Arms to shoulder height, shoulders down. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, send the left hand to the inside of the left foot, coming into a stretch. Again, if it's too much for you, you can place your left elbow on your left knee. Just working with your own limitations and not pushing yourself too much. Take an inhale, coming back to warrior two. And as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Again, looking after your neck. If it feels good to look up, look up. Otherwise, you can look down. Keep breathing. With your next inhale, coming back to warrior two, straightening the front leg and tipping the body into Trikonasana. Again, keeping that beautiful straight line along the back body as if you're standing against a wall. Hands to shin or to ankle, depending on your flexibility. And as you inhale, coming back to warrior two, exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back into plank, coming through chaturanga, inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling into downward facing dog. Breathing here in downward facing dog, a few breaths. Again, keeping the breath long and deep, bending the knees, and stepping the right foot forward into a low lunge, perhaps sending the left foot a little bit further back behind you. And again, just making sure that the ankle is directly underneath the knee here. With your next inhale, reach up your arms. And as you exhale, straighten the front foot and send the body over the front knee. Inhale, coming back to lunge, reaching the arms up high. And as you exhale, gently rocking back into a runner's stretch. Inhaling up. Being careful of the knee here. You can always tuck the mat if your knee's a little bit sensitive. Otherwise, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, folding. Bringing the foot back to meet the other one, reaching up the arms and bringing the hands to heart center, coming into the other side, stepping the left foot forwards this time, coming into a low lunge. And again, if it feels good for your hips, sending the back foot up. Inhale, reach up the arms, and exhale, roll back, flex the toes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, roll back. Flex the toes. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, keep moving. Inhale, reaching up the arms. And exhale, folding forwards over the front leg. Bringing the feet back to meet each other. Reaching up the arms with your inhale and drawing your hands together at heart center, arms by your side. Rolling into tabletop, tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, reach up the right leg and take the right ankle towards the left wrist, coming into pigeon pose, sending the back foot long behind you. Take an inhale, reach up with the arms and gently sink into the hips. Option here to place the hands either side of the body if you need a little bit of extra support. Otherwise, opening the chest and breathing here. Keeping the eyes closed, placing the hands either side of the knee and gently taking the feet back to downward facing dog, coming into the other side. With your next inhale, gently reaching up with the left foot and taking the left ankle towards the right wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Again, either reaching up the arms here, or there's an option to drop the hands onto the mat if you need a little extra support. Opening the chest and breathing. Taking your hand either side of the knee, tucking the toes, and coming back into a downward facing dog. Gently dropping the knees, touching the big toes together, taking the knees wide, into an extended child's pose with your arms stretched out in front of you, forehead on the mat. If it's not possible to get your forehead on the mat, perhaps taking two fists on top of each other and placing your forehead on top of the fists. Keep breathing. A few more breaths here. Gently and slowly coming back to the center and making your way to lying down on your back. With your next inhale, gently taking your palms facing down and sliding your palms underneath your body, stretching your legs out in front. And taking the weight on your heels, gently lifting your chest up and gently resting the back of the head on the mat. Closing your eyes and staying here for a few moments. Keeping the breath long and deep. Being aware of any sharp pains here. If you do feel any pain in your lower back, in your neck, just gently and slowly come out of this pose. Otherwise, staying here for a few more breaths. Trying to send the breath to the belly. Inhaling, feeling your belly rise. Exhaling, feeling your belly fall. Gently and slowly release your neck, lay your back down on the mat, and slowly release your hands from underneath you. Take a few rocks with the knees, and then take your heels to your sit bones, coming into bridge pose. Gently sending your hips up, pressing into your heels. And taking your arms underneath you, interlacing your fingers and tucking your chin to your chest. Again, sending the breath to the belly. Perhaps seeing your belly inflate with your inhale and deflate with your exhale. Keep breathing. Gently releasing the hands, placing the hands down on the mat and rocking the spine, laying out the legs, relaxing the body. Gently taking the heels to the sit bones. With your next inhale, gently reaching up your legs. Bending the knees, planting the feet on the mat. And coming back into bridge pose, but this time taking the hands underneath the lower back. Take a few breaths here. Then with your next inhale, bending your right knee, and if you can, reaching up the right leg, flexing the toes. And then gently bending your knee and sending it back to the mat. Inhaling, bringing up the left leg this time. And exhale, bend the knee, send it back down to the mat. Release the arms, release the back, release the legs. Take a few rocks of the knees. And for the last pose, two options, either coming into waterfall by straightening the legs up and reaching up the hands. You can keep the knees bent, either staying here, or the advanced option is to come into shoulder stand. Rocking up, reaching up the legs, and supporting the lower back with the hands. Only attempting this pose if you feel confident, keeping the chin tucked to the chest. A few more breaths here. Option to stay here. If you'd like to go a little bit further, bending the knees and taking them either side of the ear, coming into deaf man's pose. Again, only attempting this pose if you feel completely confident. Perhaps touching the toes behind you onto the floor. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, if you've come into deaf man's pose, coming back to shoulder stand. Bending the knees, releasing the hands, straightening the legs, and gently and slowly rolling yourself back onto the mat. As always, moving as gently as possible, bringing the feet to butterfly, touching the soles of the feet together, and then gently releasing the legs. Coming now into your final Shavasana. Feeling your body long and heavy on the earth beneath you. As you close your eyes, relax your face, come into complete stillness. Feeling your body melt into the earth as you completely relax, completely surrender. Gently start to take some movements in your fingers, movements in your toes. Gently stretching your arms up over your head. And when you're ready, rolling onto your right side. Gently making your way up to a seated position. Perhaps taking the pillow underneath you again as you come into a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed, resting your hands on your thighs. Just thanking yourself for taking the time to practice today. Joining your thumb and index fingers together in a mudra. Just acknowledging how your body feels as you draw your hands together in prayer. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, please give this video a like. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of the challenge. Bye.